Are you struggling to make gold selling transmog gear? I promise, you are not the only one. Stay tuned because in this video, we will be covering 5 tips to improve your transmog sales. Bandit here, and today, as I said, I'm going to show you 5 tips that I use to sell transmog on the auction house. First off, if you're just finding our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos come out. If you are already a regular here, again, thank you for your continued support. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Tip number 1. Build a variety of items to sell. Transmog is already a very slow revenue stream, but I cannot tell you how many times I see people trying to sell 3 and 5 of the same item. This is simply a waste of gold to list multiple items of the same transmog gear. Just vendor any duplicates unless the item has a sales value of over 5,000 gold. If it's over 5,000 gold, keep a maximum of 1 extra in the bank. To build a solid variety of items, you're going to want to collect items from different level ranges and expansions, so make sure you mix it up. And this will actually lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2. Know what dungeons, raids, and zones to farm. Farming a dungeon or raid that does not have any zone-specific items will typically be a waste of your time. These will only drop BOE items that you can get in any level appropriate area. One example that I like to use to farm is Black Phantom Depths. The reason is this dungeon has 7 rare items that are all valued at 20,000 or more gold on my auction house currently. This is one of those areas you will especially want to farm to not only build up your item base, but when you're looking for those low drop chance, high profitability items to sell later. I will be posting additional videos on these style of instances, on which ones you want to focus on and what items to be on the lookout for. So if you've not done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. That way you'll get notified when these videos come out. Tip number 3. List your auctions consistently and the right way. Remember earlier where we said transmog is a slow gold flow. Do not, and I repeat, do not list your transmog items for 48 hours unless you are the only one posting that item. By keeping your auctions on a 24-hour cycle, you will reduce the chance and the time window of you being undercut. Also, be consistent. Every day you play, make sure you spend some time following up on posting your auctions and collecting what hasn't sold out of the mailbox. If you use the auction house add-ons like TSM, you'll be able to post anywhere from 200 to 300 auctions, and it'll probably only take you 10 to 15 minutes at most. And tip number 4. Do not be afraid to cause waves in the market. Once a month, I will take all of my items that have not sold and post them for a deal. So let's say an item normally sells for 5,000 gold, I may price it between 2,000 and 3,000 gold. This will trigger people shopping for deals with their auction house add-ons, and if they decide they want to buy and try to flip it, you'll make a little bit of gold instead of sitting on that item for who knows how long. If you're going to do this with a rare drop item, I would recommend not cutting the price of the item on the actual auction house though, but instead, use trade chat to offer that item at a lower price. This way, if someone was wanting that transmog item but they didn't want to spend the gold that it was listed for, they'll message you and you'll be able to work out a price that you're hopefully happy with. But do not spend all day sitting in trade chat either, just maybe when you're there shopping for items for raid or really nothing else left to do. And last but not least, tip number 5. Do not waste your time with cheap items. If an item is valued at less than 100 gold on the auction house, I will only try to sell it once or twice before I just vendor it. The cost to profit margin on these are going to be too low to let this item sit in on the auction house until it finally sells. Just vendor it and move on about your day. So wrapping up, guys, these are the 5 tips that I use to make gold on the auction house with transmog. I really hope they help you out as well. If you use these tips and they help you out, make sure you drop a comment below and let us know how it does for you. Thank you.